Blog Talk Radio. Hello from my heart, everybody. This is Rock and Roll Reverend Sue, and today is the last day of 2017, New Year's Eve. We're going into 2018, and I want to wish you all the very best that the year is going to bring to you. And tonight's show is Calculating a Happy New Year with Master Numerologist Todd Curran. And Todd Curran is also an author. He is author of the book, The Mysteries of Numerology, The Guide to Your Destiny, including personal profiles of visionaries, musicians, and madmen. It's a big, beautiful book filled with illustrations and easy-to-do calculations. And it's one of the best books that I've ever owned. And you can actually get that on Amazon.com. And you can also visit Todd on his Facebook page, Todd Curran Numerology. So give his page a like, say hello, and if you need to contact him, that's where to do it. So tonight we're going to break down the year in numbers, what it's going to hold in store for us, both personally and universally, like I said, through numerology. So I'm going to bring Todd on. Hello, Todd. Welcome to the show.
Susan, how are you doing?
Okay, great, thanks. Looking forward to a new year.
Me too. It's right around the corner.
Yeah. I'm just super excited. 2018 is going to be great for all of us. And, I was just wondering, how do people break down, like you use Pythagorean numerology. So I just wanted to ask you to talk a little bit about Pythagorean numerology before we get into the universal and personal, how to calculate your universal and personal numbers.
Well, Pythagorean numerology is easy to understand it. Now, if we were using letters, in this case we're not, we're going to be using numbers. So I'll first give an example of letters. A is a 1, B is a 2. Now, when you get to J, I is the ninth number in the alphabet. Once you get to J, J is the 10th. Well, what you do in this case, and it's called phatic addition, you would add the 1 and 0 together, and you get 1 again. So the numbers go from 1 to 9, and what you're doing in the end is you're adding them together and reducing. So when you get to Z as an example, Z being the 26th letter in the alphabet, Z would actually be an 8 because you would add the 2 and 6 together. So to get the reduction of any number in numerology, you're adding the numbers together until you get a single digit. Now this year is going to be a little different in the sense that when we add together the year 2018, we're going to get 11. And, of course, 11 added together, 1 and 1 being 2, the year is a 2. But the double numbers vibrate at higher frequencies. 1 being a double identical energy is more significant. So if I specify on the fact that this year is an 11, it is the energy that is behind the 2, but it is more prevalent because of its multiplication effect that it has. This would deal with any double numbers, 11 through 99.
Oh, very good, very good. So what do you see as far as 2018 for all of us universally?
Well, first of all, in 2008, if we were to reduce that, you'd get a 1. 2 plus 8 is 10. 1 and 8 is, or 1 and 0 is 1. And it had everything to do with new beginnings. There's real strong energy this year. Now, 2018 being an 11, there is going to be a lot of oppositional forces. Now, this will be good for those that are in a good place. With an 11, what you want to do is allow, accept, gather, bring people together. The subversive forces that have been repressed for so long, represented by 2, or even minorities and blacks. In 2000, we went under the energy of 2. So we had the first minority president, almost had ourselves a new woman president. That is going to happen very soon because for 1,000 years we are now under the energy of 2, which we are also under this year. The ones are finely tuned energy at a higher level because they're magnified. And then 2 is emotional. 1 is male. 2 is female. 1s are fire. 2 is water. So what we're going to get this year is a lot of contrast. We know that Jesus had a lot of contrasts in his life. He was an 11. There were a lot of divisive forces that were always that he was involved in. And 11 will just take you there. You can't, it takes us, it spirals us to a higher spiritual level. So those that are not allowing what is happening, it's because they're not doing things the way things has to happen. All things deemed bad in this world is an illusion in the sense that everything turns to good, and it's the very reason we're here. So you'll see forces that have been repressed, groups gathering together because 2 involves groups, and in rising above. You see other people that have abused their power, want to hold on to the status quo, and they're going to make a fall. And so
it sounds like
it's a wonderful
45.
energy.
Yeah.
That's interesting. You said that. Did you just say 45?
Yeah. President number 45. Donald Trump. Yeah.
Those numbers play into this year's date also. 4 being order and 5 being chaos. 4 being logic. 5 being emotion. So 2 being heart, 1 being mind. But it's just interesting you said that, because I was just looking into the breakdown, more complex structures of 2018, and a 4 sits on the top and the 5 sits on the bottom. Those numbers don't mix either. But we can't live without these energies, of course. We can't have logic without emotion in a world of duality.
Yeah, that's true. It's very true. So if somebody were to break down their personal year numerology, like say, do you want to use me as an example?
Sure. Your birthday, if I'm not mistaken, is, let's hope I get it right, God forbid, 11/30?
Yes, that's correct.
November 30th. So what we would do is, now we know we're in an 11 year. 2018, you add the 2 plus 1 plus 8, you get 11. And let's break that down. We know that it's actually a 2. Because the 11 energy is higher, we go with realizing that 11/2 year. So we're in a 2 year. So we're going to take 11/30, and we'll make it real simple. 11 plus 30 is 41, plus 2 is 43. So let's see, is that right? Yes, it is. Okay, I was thinking, interesting for you, because 4 and 3 is 7, but you will not actually be going into the energy of the 7 until right before next year's New Year, because when the 7 takes hold will be on your birthday next year, November 30th. So you're in a 6 year, because we are still using the date from 2017 that began on your birthday. Okay, so it goes from birthday to birthday, not New Year to New Year. So under those energies, 11/30, 2017, 11 plus 30, well, we know we're going to get, if we got 43 for this year, we're going to get 42. There's only going to be one difference between every year. So 11 plus 30 is 41, and then 2017, we were in a 1 year. Now we're in a 2. So 2, and 4 and 2 is 6. So that's how we get your personal year for this year. And 6 is, have you had any, like, litters of cats on your porch? Things that want to be loved?
Yes. More than recently, yeah. I just took in a mother cat night before last. She looks like she's ready to give birth any day now, and it's getting cold out, and I brought her in, and I was just loving on her, and I tried to get her to the shelter, no kill shelter yesterday, and she ran away. She took off, but I did take her in. It's so funny that you mentioned that, because that happened about 2 days ago.
Well, the focusing on these number energies are so fascinating, because I'm as shocked as you are when you say that you did. I was thinking about, well, what would I tell Susan about the 6 and what I know about you, and I was also associating it when I thought about it, not even realizing that what I included in that is that we're in a 2 year. I didn't realize that when I did that as part of the equation. 2 is gestation. It's waiting for something to be pregnant. It's why it's going to be an emotional year. You have these forces of light and dark that are operating, and nothing has been birthed during that time period. Specifically, but because we're dealing with 11 energy, then things rocket off. there's great innovation that happens, and then we wait again. And then it happens again, and then we wait. The most important thing that we need to do in an 11-year is to cooperate and just allow things to happen. There is no stopping the 11 energy. So the key is to be patient. And back to your being in a 6-year, and 6 looks pregnant. And people that are born 6s, which means their birth name reduces to 6, your most important number, they will do anything to get pregnant. And
wow.
I don't know if I've ever known a 6 not to. Now, in your case, we're just talking about your personal year. So it's, the energy's not as primary, but, if a 6 or somebody in a 6-year personal doesn't birth a child, and they'll take care of cats, they'll find something to love.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Isn't that a wonderful thing?
I've already taken in it is. And I've already taken in a stray cat that my neighbor found. I named him Stormy because he survived Hurricane Irma, and he was just a few weeks old. And I took him in. This was earlier this year, but, September. So I think that energy's already starting to come in. And, of course, I had the mama cat night before last. I took her in. So that's so interesting that you said that, because I didn't tell you about that.
Well, and I know you're a nurturer, so that gives me a little bit of understanding of that energy. And because I know you're a nurturer, I have to assume that you carry some of that energy already. Of course, it's found in your birthday, the 30th, being half of 6, any divisor of 3, 3, 6, 9, all is dealing with the healing fields. So we see a touch of it right away through your birthday. And then September was the 9th month. So if you're in a 6, all 9 does is act as a duplication. It's why it's such a powerful number. If you had 9 plus 6, you get 15 or 6. You were in a double dose of 6 when that occurred in September, because of the fact that you're already in a 6, and then September only acts as a magnifier for any number that somebody is in, because 9 simply acts as a duplicator. That's why 9s are so influential of people that are 9s, because the energy is always duplicated. In fact, not to go farther into 9, but 9 is so fascinating that if you add somebody else's, let's say someone else's name is a 3, to a 9 person, 9 plus 3 is 12 or 3, you're going to get that other person's number. Or 9 and 4 is 4 in reduction, So it's fascinating that, and of course it happened in September. I am always shocked because I don't have perfect faith like anybody. It's magical numerology. But of course it would happen under that cycle, specifically as the most powerfully predictive month that would have occurred.
Wow, it always amazes me how numerology is so on, right on point. It's so accurate.
It amazes me because I don't know about you or anybody else down here. I have to assume we're all going through what we say is chaos. And I've told people that we're not going through chaos. We think we're going through chaos because maybe we're not in sync with the universe, and so we have to do things we don't want to do because we're not perfectly aligned with it. And it'll get us to awaken. But it amazes me, Susan. And that's what I love about it and why I chose it, because it never stops amazing me. You know, it's
oh yeah.
because I live in my mind a lot, you know, and it's being orchestrated by a higher power.
Oh,
Of course.
absolutely. And you say that numerology is the fabric of life, I think. What are the exact words that you like to use to describe numerology?
I think you just the way you described it is perfect. That it is the fabric of the universe.
Yeah, fabric of the universe.
It's why things happen.
Interconnected too.
Very, very interconnected. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Oh, I just wanted to mention your book again because I forgot to mention in the intro. If you love rock and roll and numerology, this is the book for you because there's all sorts of illustrations of the musicians, rock musicians, and the breakdown of their personal numbers, and you get to know them actually a little bit better, and you also get to calculate your own numbers too. And it's a beautiful book. And once again, it's called The Mysteries of Numerology, The Guide to Your Destiny, including personal profiles of visionaries, musicians, and madmen by Todd Curran. And this can be found on Amazon. And once again, I just want to mention, if you go to Todd's Facebook page, Todd Curran Numerology, you can find the information on the book as well as, contact info for Todd and his website. And, it's an excellent book, and it's an excellent page on Facebook. You get to learn a lot. And Todd's been on TV and radio as well. More recently, you were on Bay News 9. And remember when we had, well, actually not too recently, this was back in 2012, when we had 12-12-12 as the date.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. And he's been on countless radio and TV shows. So Todd's the real deal. And I just wanted to just give you that little plug there. There was something I seen on the internet that I thought was interesting. It's actually a HuffPost article. It's 7, if I can pull it up, that is. 7 creative ways to prepare for the new year. So I'm gonna read that for a minute or two.
Sounds good.
It was actually posted this morning. Yeah. And this is by Jeffrey Shaw of HuffPost.com. And it says, at the beginning of a new year, there's no shortage of ideas and articles about goal setting and getting the most out of the upcoming year. While certainly helpful, those of us in business marketing, ourselves and our talent, when we are our brand, we need a different set of ideas. When your business is personal and you're putting yourself on the line day after day, being an entrepreneur is as much a course in personal development as anything else. Personal growth on steroids, I might add. So it only makes sense when the tactics one needs to set out to accomplish big things in a new year need to be different. As much of an inside development approach as a practical outside one. And it says, 7, below are the 7 best ideas I know of to accomplish great things in the new year when your business is much a personal journey as a profitable business venture. Excuse me. It says here, set big dreams, create small wins. We are often capable of more than we can imagine. At the same time, we set short-term goals that are unrealistic. This sets us up for failure. Pardon me, I got tongue-tied. Success does breed success, and to keep you going, you need accomplishments for fuel. So create some goals you know you'll accomplish on a regular basis, monthly, weekly, even daily. Feel successful. At the same time, set your long-term goals beyond your wildest dreams without any limiting thoughts, and be ready. You just might get it. Be clear on your direction. As busy entrepreneurs, we often chase a lot of squirrels. Creatively speaking, that can be a good thing. It opens up more creativity, more possibilities, and maybe more fun. It can also create a diverse business model with multiple streams of income, but it must all point to somewhere, to a direction, to your purpose and what you want to stand for in this world. So you can consider many possibilities, but you must be clear on your direction to organize your efforts and keep you on track. Make space. You can't expect what you want in life to come in if you don't make room for it. Make space by good use of time management. Eliminate, automate, and delegate everything you can. Strive to have time on your hands and the time to be filled with more meaningful things. Space in your life for creativity, growth, and self-care. This will increase your capacity to give more of yourself. You have to be ready and make space for success and abundance to arrive. Big to small goals. Start with big goals and trickle down to small goals. Begin with the lofty goals for the year. Then divide the year by season and then by month. Finally, decide which specific tasks need to be done on a weekly and daily basis to accomplish that month's goal. I suggest, unless it's absolutely time critical, that you focus more on monthly and weekly goals rather than daily. It provides more flexibility and less criticism of tasks not completed. By approaching your goals from big to small, you are taking small steps every week towards your big dreams. Prepare to receive. Everyone always thinks they are more than prepared to receive abundance and success. If that's the case, then why do so many people fall apart when good fortune lands in their lap? It's because they haven't prepared to receive. They haven't considered the sense of instability and fear that come with having it all. Ever notice how often something goes wrong just when it seemed everything was going right? Or parts of your life are going incredibly well but not other parts? All because you've reached the limits of your comfort zone of receiving. So prepare for these emotions. Starting now, savor the good moments. Train the what-if thoughts to stay away. And be very self-aware of any self-sabotaging keeping you in your enough comfort zone instead of fully receiving beyond your imagination. Own your awesomeness. Without a doubt, this is the most important thing you can do to have the life and business of your dreams. Own who you are, your awesomeness. This is not just feeling good advice. In business, this is practical and essential to skyrocketing your success. When you are your brand, you're marketing yourself. The more you own who you are, the tighter your branding will be. With a clearer message, more of the right clients show up and the more success you will see. It's almost as simple as that. Owning who you are requires bravery, authenticity, and transparency, but it's so very worth it. You are awesome, so own it. And this guy, Jeffrey Shaw, that wrote the HuffPost.com article that I just read, he's a business coach, speaker, podcast host, and lifestyle entrepreneur. Try saying entrepreneur 3 times in a row.
I can't even say it once.
Yeah, I know. Apparently, neither can I. But it's true. You know, you got to set your goals. Even though that was more of like an entrepreneurial type of article, I think it applies to everybody. So with that, I'm going to close out this show. I want to thank you again, Todd, for coming on and explaining how we can calculate a Happy New Year. And thank you for sharing with me my own personal numbers. You know, hopefully, you know, it'll make it easier for people to figure out their own personal numbers for the year. And I look forward to a great 2018. And once more, I want to thank you, Todd, and everybody out there. I just want to let you know, check out Todd's Facebook page, Todd Curran Numerology. You know, has a link to his website, to where you can buy his book on Amazon. You know, even if you just want to like his page or say, hey there, you know, say hello or wish Todd a Happy New Year. You know, that's where you go. And once again, Todd, I want to thank you. And is there any parting words you want to leave for everybody?
Just ride the tide under these energies, and it should be a wonderful year because everything is going to be taken to a higher level. The energy is going to be high. Things are going to change, and they're going to change for the better because those subversive groups that their voice has not been heard are going to come to the forefront, and groups are going to gather. out of this turbulence is going to come great vision and innovation this year. And
Evolution.
it is my pleasure to have been on here. Yep, we're talking about a high spiritual evolution under this 11. Where things...
Well, that's good. Positive change.
Yeah.
I think we had the shakeups last year, especially during the eclipse. And, and since then, I think this will be a year of healing. It'll be a year of groups coming together to heal. So that's something to look forward to.
No doubt about it. Yeah, that's said perfectly. That is correct.
Thank you. Well, we run out of time, but I'm going to play a song for a new year. And once again, Todd, I just want to thank you so much for coming on to the show. And have a happy new year to you, too.
You too. Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Thank you. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Here's a song for a new year. Out with the old, in with the new. And just have a wonderful, wonderful new year. One filled with peace, happiness, and abundance.
Every year I write my resolutions, a little list of life revolution, a chance to stop and start all over again. The last 12 months have been stressful, with hardly a time to be restful, but the excuse we need for change can now begin. Goodbye to the old year. It won't be long before we're through here. This is my song for the new year. And everything that could be. Forget about love that is dying, with rousing looks and the sighing. Either make it better or walk away forever. If you want a new job, then try it. Update your CV and apply it. And some jobs I've done, I've not even had to be clever. So goodbye to the old year. It won't be long before we're through here. This is my song for the new year. And everything that could be. Bye to the old year. It won't be long before we're through here. This is my song for the new year. And everything we can see. The failures and losses that you enjoyed, the colleagues and bosses that you loved to live through your fingertips again. Think of the dumb things that happened to you. Did you repeat them or learn something new? The broken friendships, the gossipy tales, the drunken phone calls, the unopened mail. My resolutions, a little list of life revolutions, a chance to stop and start all over again.
Well, everybody, that was the Brigadier and a song for a new year. Yeah, that kind of rhymed. So have a great 2018. And until next time, goodbye, and wish you all the best.